Hello and welcome to another episode of the Film Freakz podcast, the podcast about movies. Each episode we talk about a specific movie, and we'll get to this episode's recommendation in a little bit. But first, we collectively need you, the listeners, to suggest movies for the fan vote, which happens during today's episode, which is about 2 episodes away. Maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll have a surprise at the end of that. I don't know. But you can send us your recommendations at ff.filmfreaks with a Z at the end at gmail.com or on the latest episode of the podcast on YouTube or Spotify. And you can also join the Discord, link in the description below, and suggest a movie there in the movie stuff section. We accept all and everything. And we appreciate everyone who votes in the fan votes, because your voice does matter until it doesn't when there's a tie, and then it's our choice. But anyway, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. I am Ice-T the Ferret. I'm here with...
Oh, sorry, I was distracted by some Amazon shopping. It's Kellis.
And also joined by Ice-T A. Tay. I'm Ice-Tay. There we go.
I'm Ray. You should have done like a tourniquet.
See, I was thinking we all would just say Ice-T because that's like the only...
Well, his name's Ice Cube. I said Ice-T because I love sweet tea.
Oh, we got good. Well, yeah.
It's a different rapper, though.
That's true. It's true. Ice Cube.
Whatever.
I'm Ice-T.
Oh, there you go.
Ayo.
See, Ice Cube, he was in all those like kid movies back in like the late 2000s, like Are We There Yet and whatnot.
Oh yeah. My gosh, I remember
about
that
those.
movie.
Yeah, he was a part of he was a small part of my childhood, but he was there.
He used to be a fun actor. What happened?
Oh, what are you talking about? What happened?
Uh-oh.
Did you watch this movie? He was giving it his all. Okay, let's go ahead and we need to cover some ground, dot some T's and cross our I's because Ray was gone last episode. Do you have any thoughts on Hard Boiled, and what is your rating?
Oh my gosh, wow. Give me a second.
Okay.
If you would, because
Sure.
I was not prepared, and I'm trying to remember what that movie was about. Hold on.
It was about the boom, shoot,
fighting,
bang,
a lot of
bang.
Had a baby at one point.
Yeah, there's a bunch
lots
of
babies.
That's right.
On the guy's leg.
God, how could I have forgotten? No, but for real, I didn't like it.
All right, we got that right.
Y'all pick some very interesting movies.
That wasn't our pick. That wasn't our
No,
pick.
Can I finish mine?
We also don't
No,
shame our listeners for their movie recommendations. We love all of them, and we'll definitely enjoy all of them that are on the list.
That is...
Continue your opinion so I can interrupt it again.
You know what? No, I'm not gonna lie. Like, that was a weird movie. Like, that was the best movie I've ever freaking seen in my entire life.
I feel good.
I was just putting on a face when I said that I didn't really remember, because like that's all I can think about. Like right now, I have it on in the background, and I've had it on pretty much since.
Wow.
Yeah. Which is why I'm gonna give it a very shocking, 2 rating.
Okay. I think.
Hey, was I right in that particular?
I think you were right, Alice, because I think I said 2.5.
I'm 2.5 as well. I don't remember now.
All right.
Don't worry, Ray. I also gave it a I gave it a 2.5, so I was in the twos with you.
I appreciate it.
So
Solidarity.
The new average for this movie is 3.125.
Wow. Fun.
Wow.
Well, aren't you glad you checked that off your list?
Bucket list is shorter.
Speaking of checking things off our list, let's talk about today's movie, which was recommended by moi. I only recommend the best movies on this show. As you know, I have a perfect track record. This movie that we watched was called War of the Worlds. This was from 2025, directed by Rich Lee, who also directed nothing. Nothing else in his entire career. Isn't that crazy?
I am shocked.
Never get to direct anything again.
He did a
First
couple of
and
music videos.
last.
So what is
impressive.
this movie about? Will Radford, aka Ice Cube, is a top analyst or analyst for Homeland Security who tracks potential threats through a mass surveillance program, aka a mass surveillance program, until one day an attack by an unknown entity leads him to question whether the government is hiding something from him and the rest of the world. And this stars a very minuscule cast here. We have Ice Cube, Eva Longoria, Clark Gregg, what a name, Iman Benson, Henry Hunter Hall,
Colson, okay?
Devin Bostic, Andrea Savage, Nicole Pilliman, Michael O'Neill, and Jim Meskimen.
Wow.
And folks, I cannot tell a lie. I prepared myself for this movie by purchasing about $20 worth of Taco Bell, sitting down on my couch, and just laughing my ass off during this entire movie. It was funny. It was terrible. It was hilarious. It was cringe. It was poorly acted. It was poorly shot. It was poorly edited. Had terrible CGI. Ice Cube was not trying his hardest here. There's a reason why there is only a couple of people in this movie, because who wants to be in this trash? Obviously, this was a... Tay, let me finish, please. Okay. This is my opening statement. Obviously, this was a COVID movie. Okay, COVID movie. So, we're taking that into consideration. Let me continue my adjectives for this movie, because I have a list here. So we have incredible, fantastic, terrible, humiliating, cringe, dumb, insane, funny, and Ice Cube.
Just a singular Ice Cube.
And that's all we need.
Yeah.
Touchdown.
You forgot ridiculous.
Oh, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
Very ridiculous.
I don't know. I had a blast watching this movie. This is one of those. This is a new, so bad that it's good movie. In my humble opinion, it was fun. I was. There's normal laughing. I was like scream laughing at this movie. It was so fucking funny. Just the line delivery, the acting from like the son especially was just so bad. Like there's one scene where the phone freezes on his face and he's making like this really stupid face, and I was just laugh. I laughed for like I had to pause the movie. I was laughing so fucking hard because this movie is just so fucking dumb, but it's so fucking funny. It is the funniest fucking thing I've seen in a long time. And they were trying. They tried so hard. And the best movies that are so bad that they're good are the movies where the people behind the film are trying so hard to make the script good, to fix the movie in post, the blah, 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 blah. Those are the best movies because they put so much effort into them, and yet they still are so fucking bad that they make you laugh your ass off. LMAO. I was LMAOing and raffling.
Who exactly was trying hard to fix this movie? Because
the editing room
certainly weren't.
was trying very hard. They used a lot of stock images and footage.
They did, yeah.
You could actually see during his house fire, you could see like a hose like trying to put the fire out. That was definitely stock.
Well, I think it's funny. So there were so many stupid things. Like I said, some of the disaster footage, it's actual disaster footage, and then they just popped into CGI alien, and it's like, wow, that's so distasteful. But I also liked when his house gets blown up. They're like, yep, there's no one's around to do it, and then the footage shows like firemen trying to put it out.
Yeah,
I thought no one was available.
No, it's hilarious. Actually, it's hilarious. I loved it so much. There's just so many scenes to point to, and like, well, that's terrible. But like, also, I was laughing at them. Like, I wasn't laughing with the movie. I was laughing at the movie. And I just had a very joyous experience with this. I know you all three of you are probably like, oh, I hated this. It was terrible. I was so bored. I wanted to turn it off. But I'm sitting here just chowing down on a grilled cheese burrito and trying not to choke as I constantly am giggling and laughing at this movie. I mean, Ice Cube, he sucks in this movie, okay? He's terrible. But
So much.
he has so many fucking stupid lines where he's just like, he's reacting to something and he's just like, oh my God, or
Yes.
or hell no.
I will say.
Or run as fast, go, get out of there. It's amazing. It's just,
I watched this with my brother, and I will say that there were a few times where both me and him did also like laugh out loud at like just some of his, especially Ice Cube's line deliveries are just so funny and bad and
So bad.
cringe.
Yeah.
In
Dot
the
and I
worst
were
way possible.
laughing too.
And his stupid Staples that was easy button thing.
yes.
Oh my God.
Hey, say it again.
That was easy.
So this movie, this might actually surprise a lot of you, and I'll explain. This was actually a horror movie for me. My heart dropped copious amounts of times because they used Microsoft Teams that I use at my job every single freaking day, that when it goes off, my heart falls into my butt, okay? And I just had to sit through an hour and a half of a movie that my heart fell into my butt copious amounts of times because of the freaking Teams notifications and the freaking Teams phone calls that I just sat 8 hours through. And I had to get off of work and watch a movie for an hour and 30 minutes where that didn't stop happening.
I'm sorry. First off, though, I just want to say you called it a movie. It's barely that. Maybe quotation movie. But I'm sorry you had to go through the Teams shit.
If Skype was still around, we would have had Skype instead. But
Skype would have been so much better. So much better.
Teams is stupid.
Also,
who uses
what
Teams?
government agency is using freaking Teams?
Yeah.
they are.
Idiots. Oh my gosh. This movie made me upset.
Yeah. And I think there's so many dumb things about this movie. Like, where to start? I think like I said, dumb and funny. Like, you're just like, I can't believe they're trying to pass that off as like a legit reason for why this is happening. Like aliens that eat data. That's so stupid.
I wanted to throw everything.
But isn't it so smart that a virus takes out the aliens, and oh my God, in the original source material, a virus takes out the aliens, but it's just a different kind of virus? Isn't that so
I
smart?
was wondering
Isn't
at
that a great
first-
twist?
Oh, so great.
Well,
no, okay. I was like, oh, are they going to abandon the virus thing? Oh, no, they're not.
The one thing I will say about that twist is that I prefer that to like the twist from the 2005 World, because that was like so much worse, in my opinion.
You mean the actual how it ended?
I forget
Like,
yes.
what that one is, what the twist of that one is.
Do you want me to spoil it?
Well, I
The
haven't.
sun's
I watched
scared.
it when I was like 12. Trying to think.
Spoiling such a good movie, I'm sure. I guess.
I remember
In the
2005 War of the Worlds. God, I remember that one having like some good parts to it.
Yeah, it was well directed and stuff like that. but it just had the dumbest ending.
Are you talking
Like it,
ending how the aliens?
Go
how
ahead.
the aliens just started dropping dead because apparently the birds were touching them, and like the birds have some disease that they were like that
Bird
infected them and
flu.
killed them. So
goodness.
literally they just
That they
dropped
drank
dead
more
by
water
themselves.
and like they were just infected by a bunch of Earth diseases, which is how it the actual source material ends.
That's so dumb.
But
Well,
like
I mean,
they just started dropping dead out of nowhere and like without any input from anyone. So it's like everything just got automatically resolved without anyone doing anything.
Yeah.
I think
That-
what a fun ending.
the original source material by H.G. Wells, it's definitely a good ending to have, like the thing that defeats the aliens being like something that's so superfluous for humans, right? We have the common cold. The common cold defeats the aliens at the end. In this case, we're talking about like a computer virus, and it's not even like a normal computer virus. It's one they've had to like soup up and like combine with human DNA or something like that. Like they
Yes.
either make it into a
Something like that.
helix. And it just gets so convoluted, and then they have the whole like quote unquote action scene with the drone and the USB stick and blah blah blah, and it's just like
And the homeless
So
guy. Don't forget
dumb.
about the homeless guy.
yeah, the random homeless guy who they give a $1,000 Amazon gift card to, even though all the data is being wiped away. So is Amazon even still gonna be around after all this? I don't know, but
Maybe that was their point.
oh, maybe. But yeah, it's really goofy, and they take it so seriously, like this whole thing so seriously, where it's like, oh, Ice Cube, he has to go down to the servers of this Goliath program, and he has to insert a USB stick on the server. And I'm sitting there going, okay, yeah, I mean, they definitely wouldn't have USB ports on these servers. If they did, they'd all be like locked down and like turned off. I don't know how many IT companies I run into who disable USB slots on the people's computers, so I can't plug a USB stick into them. That definitely would have happened for the government site, for sure.
I think it's funny also, like at one point he gets attacked by a tentacle. Just
Oh my
one.
gosh.
And then he's like,
Just
oh my gosh, they're everywhere. I'm like, just got
Are they?
attacked by one. What are you talking about?
Oh, he did like when the tentacle wrapped around him. He did the best line delivery I have ever heard in my life. Where he goes, "Move, bitch, get out the way!" And it's like, me and my brother were like, "Hey, that's a ludicrous line, not a Ice Cube line."
Yeah. I think, like, there was supposed to be more when he, like, because obviously there was nothing there when he was filming. And they're like, oh, yeah, there's going to be a bunch. It was like, man, they're everywhere. And then they weren't everywhere.
No, of
There-
course not.
There was one. It's just so dumb. It's so dumb. And like I said, like being filmed during COVID, it's like, okay, I appreciate you guys attempting something during COVID when there's lockdown and everything. That's kind of cool. But then why did you wait 5 years to release it?
Well, yeah,
So
that's the big question mark around this movie. Is like, why? I mean, they probably released it just because it took money to film, and they were like, well, if we just poop it out onto the Amazon Prime service, who's gonna really notice it? Who's gonna really pay attention to it? And well, the entire world started paying attention because it was just so laughably amazing. It's just so bad.
so stupid.
I
I didn't know that this was a COVID one though, so that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, so they have Ice Cube. Like it just screams COVID to me too, because everyone's alone in their respective scenes. They use a lot of stock footage of like, oh, we're driving around Washington D.C. in a Tesla, and there's like cars like signaling to turn left and right when the aliens are supposed to be attacking. And I'm like, oh, they probably were hoping for like an empty street that day because they weren't going to shut down the street. Like, it's COVID, no one's out, and of course there's two cars who are practicing safe driving practices and
Essential workers is
Yeah.
what they were.
yeah, so dumb, so bad. And then, like I said, yeah, like they used just the fact that they use actual disaster material, like, or footage. Can you imagine seeing this movie and going, oh wait, that's my house. That was my house during like the hurricane, the big hurricane. I can't remember what it's called suddenly. Like, down south.
Katrina.
Katrina?
Katrina. Yeah. You're just like, oh shit, that's footage from Katrina. That's And like how triggering that'd be. You're just like, oh, cool. I wasn't expecting to see my neighborhood being destroyed.
That would be awful.
Right? So tasteless. It's like
I will say, I feel like the daughter probably did the best acting wise. I feel like she was the
Agree.
only one actually trying because she
Yeah.
had some pretty good acting scenes on there.
Agreed.
Like, she was
Yeah.
actually believable.
I wonder if this was like her first thing. She's like, I gotta at least make it look good if I want to get another job again.
Yeah.
This
But yeah, I
is-
agree. She did the best job.
This is one of 3 movies that she's been in.
And she's been on a bunch of shows.
Yeah. I suppose she did all right, given the material.
Yeah.
Well,
She had
hard
to
to do.
act with the Amazon guy who was the comedy relief throughout the movie, which was
Oh my gosh, that guy.
hilarious. Yeah, there's obviously this was just a big ad for Amazon at the end of the day, right? So
yeah.
having the character be an Amazon delivery driver is maybe a bit too on the nose. But then I look at the movie as a whole and I go, this whole movie is on the nose with its messaging and its product placement and whatever. Like, like it's almost like they almost cut that scene of him talking about like the drone delivery and whatnot. It's almost cut like it's going to be in the commercial. Like they were expecting this movie to do well, and they were going to be like, this is going to be the commercial for like the new drone delivery service. We'll cut out this segment and put him like flying through the alien tentacles, and then we'll edit in like the drone popping into a house and giving a kid like a bottle of water or something. I don't know, just something stupid. Like I could see that in my mind's eye while I was watching. I'm like, oh, this is like an ad. I'm like watching an ad right now.
Yeah. So, like, and also like, why did he have his face cam on while he's wearing goggles and can't see shit?
Because
Like people FaceTiming.
they chose the style of having it be one of these computer screen movies.
I hate these. Yeah, I do not like this at all.
But the problem is that they can't really commit to the computer screen style movie, and at times they aren't. Like it just doesn't make sense for him to be like he's supposed to be writing up this report for the government about like the alien attacks. And he's like taking footage and cropping it and putting it into a spreadsheet. And he's like, oh, here's all the obvious things that the aliens are doing. And his like risk assessment is like half-assed because he's talking to his daughter and son the entire time. Like in the
Can
he's
we-
like muting the government officials who are talking about it and
Can we talk about that for a
ignoring
second?
calls from that one woman too. So it's like
Exactly. He like ignored calls from the woman several times and from that other agent guy like a couple times too, just so I can like go talk to his family. Like, yes, I understand his family is or could be in danger, but wow, he's like the whole world is at risk over here. Hello.
It was ridiculous how many times he ignored like the NASA ladies' calls and whatnot. And I was like, if he was actually a government agent, he would be under some fire right now for ignoring these calls and half-assing this report, because when he does give the report, it's like all of a sudden he has more information. I'm like, when did you get this? Like we've been
Right,
staring
I
at your
wondered the
computer screen
same
the whole
thing.
time. And his report wasn't even like accurate either. So.
Yeah, he's bad.
But yeah, it's also funny that like he gets fired and like all his account is revoked, right, and all that stuff, and somehow he's able to log back into his account. He's able to log in with his face and vocal command, which definitely would have been deleted if his account was deleted, right?
Yo.
And he's able to do all this like regular stuff. He's able to access his Teams. Sorry for the PTSD trigger. Teams. He's able to access all the different things that he normally would access. Like if he was actually fired from the job and was logged out of his computer and his computer, like his account was wiped, he wouldn't be able to use any of that stuff. One.
Oh
Yeah.
no! It's okay because his son is like this hacking genius that made everything work
Disruptor.
magically.
Yeah, that is
yeah,
true.
That's
And they got
You
the
gotta think about
magic.
that, Yemmy.
They
You
got the
gotta think about
magic password key maker that makes a key
Exactly,
for
yeah.
anything, and
He just
Yeah.
hacked everything to make it work perfectly.
that's right. Oh my gosh! And when all of the disruptor kids, or well, I guess friends, they weren't kids, but all the disruptor people were dying. That was really funny. There was one scene where I think it was like the third guy got blown up, and they used the stock green screen explosion that I've used in my videos in the past. And I was like, hey, I recognize that. Like, damn, that's like free on YouTube, like a green screen, like explosion. That's hilarious.
funny.
It was
Yeah.
so funny. And then like the twist that his son actually wasn't at his house. I'm like, okay, come on now.
Yeah. It's like, what? The other guys didn't know how to do that, or
No.
Right?
It's so funny, like when they're all getting like revealed, and Ice Cube's like, they're hacking you guys. They're hacking. You got to get out of there. None of them move at all. Like they're just sitting at the
Right.
computer.
Do.
Like, oh no.
And it's nice of them for them all to like reactivate the cameras in the moment that they die, so we can see them die.
Well, they were hiding their
Well,
cameras.
they were being hacked, so suddenly their cameras weren't disguising their visage.
Yeah, it's also funny that these robots are stealing data, and like one of the first things they steal is his wife's Facebook account
Right?
with the AI voice acted line that was played like 5 times in a row before it was deleted. He's just sitting there, replaying the line over and over. I'm like, yeah, this is sounding more and more AI every single time you press replay. And then like he's acting like a boomer, like he doesn't work on computers. He's like refreshing the page. I'm like, what the, like, dude, it's already given you like all these like little image errors. Like you refresh the page, it's just gone. Like why are you doing this? And he kept doing that over and over again throughout the movie. And I think it was obviously for dramatic purpose, because all the 80-year-olds watching this movie and are invested in this movie are like, oh, what if he just refreshes the page? It should come back. And they had the show like, no, if he refreshes the page, it's gone. It's gone forever. Oh no!
Forever.
How will he ever remember to love his kids without that message being played? Oh my gosh!
One of my favorites is as they're like actively going through this peril, he's like minimizing everybody and like continuing to write this absolutely stupid email to his kids.
Oh yeah,
That was freaking hilarious. Dad, what are we supposed to do? Hold on. To my kids. It's hard to be a dad. I hate it here, but I'm no longer with you. I'm sorry I suck so bad. Love, Dad. By the way, pick up your socks.
And then everyone survives, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I feel like we needed to care a little bit more about him and his family, but like, there's just no time. The world's ending.
And any
So
time
it's
that
like-
you do get before the world ends, he's like yelling at them and being a terrible dad. So, like his son's like, Dad, I need to talk to you about something. He's like, no, son, not right now. And he hangs up on him
Shut
like
the
3
hell up.
times.
Oh, that was so funny too.
But then
That
his
was so
daughter's there, and he's like, okay, honey, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Right.
Dad, I gotta
Oh
tell
my
you
gosh.
something. I gotta talk to you about something. No, son, shut up.
Right.
And like now that we're talking about the end, I thought it was so funny how like so in the movie they started reading the email like as if he's dead
Yeah.
and like passed away, but then like they show him, he shows up and then like everything's normal and there's like zero dramatic effect to like of the reveal that he's still alive. There's just nothing. He's just there the next scene and that's it.
Right.
Well, they did that a couple times where they had the person quote unquote die, like the I think it was the NASA lady who got covered in the bugs. And then she was like, "Oh, they were more interested in the phone," even though she was like yelling, like, "Oh, they're in my shirt, though."
Yeah.
And then like
So
obviously the son dies like twice. Like there's one where the phone like freezes on his face, and it makes that really stupid looking face, which is like still the most hilarious screen grab from the entire movie. And then they do it. Then like I don't know, like 5 minutes later, his room blows up. It's like. Like, okay, here we go. And of course, they did it with the daughter too. The daughter, she gets blown up by the robots, and he has to like check her heart rate from her Google Watch or whatever it is.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious.
And then he has her get into the Tesla, and I thought he was going to drive it himself. I was like, oh, he's about to commandeer this thing and drive her there.
Yes. Oh my gosh, the Tesla thing, the suicide doors on the Tesla. Are you joking?
They have
All
that. I
right.
mean, that is the model whatever X Model X. I think I
They're
don't
all
know.
X.
Stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid as hell. Oh,
It's funny, and then like she gets out of the car, and she just leaves, and like this Mark guy, he's never gonna get there, right? Like it just seems like he's never gonna get there. It's a really fun little string of events where it's like we're just waiting for the car to get there, so he's doing things in the background. Then we're waiting for Mark to get there. And then Ice Cube goes back to doing things in the background. It's a fun little jaunt while these
Is
little
it?
side missions are going on.
Yes.
all these
Is it?
little plots.
Is it though?
Oh, it was a lot of fun. It was so much fun. Like
I'm
I said
glad
at the
you-
beginning, you guys probably all hated it, and that's valid. But also, like, if you didn't have some fun with it, then maybe you need to rewatch it and look at the movie through a different lens. Go back through.
We should rewatch it then.
Yeah. Callus recommend.
you guys
War of the
have
Worlds
fun.
2025 for the next episode. This
you
time,
have all the fun.
this time, watch it with the silly glasses on, not the serious glasses.
Can I watch it muted so I don't have to listen to the team's notifications?
Yes,
Yeah.
we should all watch it muted and do the voices for the characters.
That would be great, actually.
Well, let's all get in a party and watch it together and all pick different characters to voice.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious.
Although I'm not very good at improv, so I'd probably do terrible.
That's what makes it so fun.
Yeah.
We'll give you one of the characters that only shows up like twice, like the old government guy, or the president.
I'll be Mark.
He only showed up once.
True.
What'd you guys think of the government bad twist? Huh? Pretty crazy.
Shocked.
I've never would have
my
guessed that the
core.
government was bad.
But it wasn't even the government though. It was just this one guy who
Just
activated.
the one. It was Coulson.
Yeah.
It was Coulson all
Agent
along.
Coulson.
Oh,
How could
my
you?
God.
I used to love you, Coulson.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
This is brand new information.
Yeah, it's funny how like there's that one photo of everyone's faces blurred except for Agent Coulson, and he's just like smiling at the camera, like in this like it's just a candid shot of him in like a courtroom or whatever, and he's just
Such a
smiling at the camera, and I'm like, dude, it's the Joker. It's the Joker.
It's the Joker.
Want to know how I got these scars, Batman? I watched War of the Worlds 3 times in a row, and I smiled so wide that my lips ripped.
Yeah.
And it was so weird how so many people's faces were had some static over them just because they were using stock footage.
Yes.
It's a very weird effect.
No, it was the robots. They were causing the static.
Yeah. Come on,
Yeah.
get with it.
Silly Callus. It's
Yeah.
awful. It's such a bad movie.
Oh, it's really bad. It's terrible, but it's also like perfect at the same time, like the perfect bad movie.
So completely off topic. What's the lowest rating we can give on this show?
It's I would say a 1/2 star.
All right. Okay.
A half. So
just-
we've
just
never
wondering.
done 0.
Look,
Just hypothetically.
Okay, so we can just move into the ratings if you want to, because I'm going to explain my rating for this movie.
Oh,
and
no.
So obviously 5 is a perfect movie, right? And as I talked about in the last time we watched a movie that was like funny bad, I was like, I can't give it a 5. Like it was Twilight actually, right? Like I can't give it a 5, even though my heart is like, oh, it's so funny. But for movies like this that aren't just like average kind of funny kind of things, this is a serious, like this is a funny, so bad it's a good movie. And I feel like the lowest rating that I can give a bad movie is a 1. But I know we've had a 1/2 star from Demonic Lucy on the podcast for
And from
Happy
Tay.
Gilmore 2. And, did Tay do it too?
Would I give it a
They
half
gave it
star?
a 0.5 to Twilight.
Okay. So
Oh yeah,
see,
yeah. Okay.
I reserve the 0.5s for movies that are really bad and like they obviously deserve like no stars, but they're just so enjoyable to watch because they're funny and they give me a good chuckle. and they are incompetent, but in a funny way. Like, there's a lot of movies that are bad and they're just bad, right? They're boring. They have terrible acting, and it's like not funny. It's just like bad. Like, I feel like a genuinely bad movie. I think the lowest score I've ever given on the most of the lowest scores I give in the podcast are ones, but because this is a bad funny movie, I'm gonna give it a half star because that indicates that like it's a funny bad movie. It's not just a bad movie. I feel like the biggest gut punch for any movie is to give it a 1. But the half star is a bit of a meme. It's a bit of a meme-y score. And that's how I do it. 0.5 is reserved for movies that are just like so terrible that they're funny and I love them. Because it's like just so a 0.5 is just so exaggerated, right? Oh, a 0.5 out of 5. It's like close to nothing, right? And I suppose you could give something a 0, obviously. You know, I'm not going to stop you, but I feel like the 0.5 is reserved for that sweet spot of like a movie that's just so terrible that you got to give it that half star meme. You know, and there's some people, I mean, I follow a couple people online who gave this movie 5 stars, ironically, because they had so much enjoyment out of it from it being so bad. And I can't stand by that, because then you give, you know, then the IMDb rating or the Letterboxd rating or whatever site you're on, there's 5s. And it's like, it doesn't deserve that. It definitely doesn't deserve that. That's why I couldn't give Twilight a 5, and this is why I won't give War of the Worlds a 5, because they don't deserve the 5. But a half star or whatever, yeah, I could give it a half star. Like, because that's funny. So, yeah, I give it a half star just because it's a funny movie. I think it's definitely worth watching because you'll probably get enjoyment out of it. If like, let's say in the first like 15 to 20 minutes you're just bored out of your mind and you hate it, turn it off. But if you're having a giggle, having a laugh, it only gets better in terms of comedy as the movie goes on. That's all I'm saying.
All right. So wait, are you giving it the rating right now? Did you just give it a rating?
I gave it a half
you
star.
giving it a rating?
Yeah.
Half star? Like 0.5? That's what you gave it?
And like I said,
all right.
you guys can have your own grading scales. I was just trying to explain mine because
I
feel like I said, the biggest gut punch is a 1. Like that's me saying that's a bad movie. It's not worth your time. But a half star, that's something else. That's technically like 5 stars, but it's a half star because it's just a bad 5-star movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get my drift?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So it would have been easier to talk about this if we didn't already have several half-star scores on the podcast, because it kind of throws maybe those out of whack. But on my grading scale, the half stars reserved for the funny bad movies that I enjoyed immensely, but I know they're not worth the higher rating.
Got it. All right, so it's my turn then.
Yes.
So yeah, this movie pretty bad, and I do enjoy those type of movies that are just like so bad that they're actually good, because you get like so much comedy out of laughing at how bad it is. And this one comes close to that, but I feel like it's still too many things that I didn't enjoy over the things that did make me laugh about it. I mean, just the acting is just so bad everywhere. The CGI looks so bad. Like my brother and I were joking about, like, oh, that looks like PS3 graphics right there. That's not bad.
Oh, we joked about that too.
And so yeah, I'm glad that this movie was so short. That's the one positive. Just an hour and a half. Could have maybe been shorter, but anyways, I think I'm just gonna land on a 1.
My turn, huh? Yeah, I mean, I totally get the like watching bad movies and getting enjoyment from them, because I definitely do that. This I don't feel like quite was one, just because there was so many like things in it that were just like so bad. That's like, that doesn't even make sense in this day and age to do things like that. Like, whatever. Yeah, I'll give it a... You said we could give it a 0? Should I give it a 0?
I don't know, will that mess
The
up your
first 0?
spreadsheet, Callus?
I think so. Should be fine.
You're gonna tell me that this is worse than Twilight, in your opinion?
Yes.
No, not Ray. I know you like Twilight. I'm talking to Tay specifically.
Oh
here.
my god. All right.
Yeah, you know, I think
Because if you're not gonna go on my rating scale, you know, you gotta stay true to yours. And if you're telling me that this is worse than Twilight, in your opinion,
here's the thing. Like, if you gave me the choice to watch this again or Twilight again, I'd probably pick Twilight. The only factor that maybe why I'd pick this one again is because it's shorter. But, yeah, I'll give it a, can I give it a 0.25?
no.
Damn. I'm gonna give it a 0.25. We'll give it a 0.5. No, I'm gonna give it I don't want to be the first to give a 0. I'm giving it a 0.
Really?
0 in my ranking system means it's so dumb, but it's and bad, but sometimes it's funny.
That's your 0.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, to me personally, like a 0 would be just something just extremely bad, not even like a tiny bit good, like 0 enjoyment to the point where you just hate your life.
I mean, I was super bored throughout the whole thing. I just sat on my phone for the most part, which I hate because this movie is very visual in that, like, not like in a good way, but it's just like you know, you're supposed to show, like, tell, don't show. And this movie was all show. And I'm like, what? Look up. Oh, okay. It was bad.
So bad.
Isn't it show, don't tell?
It is show, don't tell. You're right. But this one, like, it did show, don't tell, but, like, not in a good way. Not in a good way.
It was kind of both also because Ice Cube was talking to himself a lot.
Yeah.
Like an insane person.
As one does when they're alone in the room.
In the entire building.
Is it my turn?
It's your turn.
Great.
Yes.
So, about this movie, I don't want to hear anything about any of rom-coms or Twilight movies or Rob Schneider picks that I may have in the future, because this was an abomination to filmmakers and directors out there everywhere. I did not have a fun time. With every Teams notification and phone call that came through, the more I wanted to yeet myself. I may have given it a higher rating without it. Can't confirm that I would have, but I am giving this a 0.
Hell yeah.
Because
Really?
I would never. If you asked me to walk across some broken glass and then dip my feet into alcohol or watch this movie, I would have a hard time choosing.
Wow.
It's only an hour and a half, people. Come on.
That is insane.
I could have picked the 4-hour long So Bad It's Good movie. You guys want that next time? Like, it's literally a movie I think it's a French movie, and it's literally just you watch this woman go about her day cooking and cleaning, and it's like
I've
4
heard about
hours
this.
long. Yeah, or something like that. Like, I'm just gonna say, it sounds like y'all took this movie really seriously, and I was trying to set it up as a watch this movie knowing that it's bad so that you can enjoy
Oh, no, I did.
it, right?
I did.
But it
Yeah.
I
sounds
knew it was
like
going to be bad.
sounds like
No, I
half
was
of
expecting it to
us
be bad.
we're kind of maybe
Maybe I
watching it
should
with a
have
little bit
watched
too
it-
much of a critical eye.
I should have watched it on a different day because I had a really hard day when I watched
This is a movie that you gotta watch when you're in a joyful spirit. Maybe
I
you've
was
had
not.
a couple drinks, maybe have a bunch of Taco Bell in front of you. I don't know, and
Taco
you just
Bell
you know,
would have fixed it.
Have fun with your friends or whatever. You know, just sit around and make fun of it, because that's kind of
I
the way
think
I
it-
watched it. You know, I didn't have anyone with me, but I was laughing and pointing and commenting, and I had a lot of fun with it.
We should have watched this all together. I think that would have made it a lot
That would
better.
have probably fixed a lot of things. Yeah, I mean, I watched it with
Yeah.
my brother, and I laughed with him a lot.
Yeah.
I watched it with
I
my
watched
wife.
it with
We were just
Dot.
both like, ugh.
Yeah, that's
Yep,
that's
same.
the thing though. Like, okay, I mean, it's fine. I mean, you can do what you want. I feel like we're gonna probably watch a movie in the next maybe couple of years, and we're all gonna be like, "Wow, this is like terrible," and then all of a sudden it's like, "Well, wait a minute, what about War of the Worlds? You gonna rate this lower than War of the Worlds, huh?" It's, but
I'll go in the
I-
negatives if I have
look,
to.
out of all, you guys can say what you want. I do not regret watching this. I had fun. I understand that some of the things in the movie are kind of annoying, and I get it. You're working with teams all day. I don't work with teams, so it didn't really bother me.
Yeah.
But I feel your pain, because there was a lot of noises from that app. But at the end of the day, I don't regret it, and look, it wasn't even my fault that this movie was picked. I gave Tay and Callus the pick between 3 movies, and they chose the wild
true.
card. And I can't be blamed for this. I think I can wash my hands clean of this situation.
I was talking to Topos about it, and he's like, "What you guys don't know is Yemmy actually, he like, because what were the choices you gave us? Like adventure, drama, and
No, there was serious pick, silly pick, and a wild card.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember what you said because I was like, the way you described Topos was when I was telling him, he's like, sounds like War of the Worlds was going to be no matter what you picked.
No, I had 3 different movies planned.
That would have been funny.
But that would have been funny. That would've been funny. At the time of recording, I only knew that there was 2 movies, so.
Well, all right then. All things considered, I didn't have a terrible time. I probably never watch this again, but I didn't have like an absolutely terrible time, like I said.
Well, I mean, same here.
It
Like,
was
am I ever
some
going to watch
chuckles.
this again? No, but in the moment, I had a blast. And
fair.
to the people listening, you gotta go in with the right headspace. 1, but 2, it's a fun watch in my opinion. You gotta you gotta give it at least a chance. Like I said, watch the first 20 minutes. If you're not sold with the dumb, stupid, idiotic nature of this movie, then yeah, just turn it off. It's fine.
To be fair, I had no idea what I was walking into. So
Well, I knew what I was walking into.
You see, and this is another situation that's like I tried to set it up to let you guys know that it was a bad movie, but of course you weren't here last episode, so you missed that.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
And note to self, I need to make sure I'm not already in a bad mood before
I think
going
going
into
into
this.
any movie in the wrong mood is gonna hamper your experience, no matter
Yeah.
what. And obviously, with a movie like this, it's gonna be double mixed because it's just a bad movie. And if you're not looking for a funny bad movie, then you're just gonna be in a whole world of pain. So what I'm trying to say is maybe on a different day you watch the movie again and you give us some updated thoughts. I don't know.
When we'll
That
watch
is an
again
idea.
sometime, Ray, when we're both drunk and together.
Oh my gosh. Listen, I would do it. I would do that.
That'd be fun.
That sounds like a fun
Yeah,
time.
let's plan it. Let's all head
Okay.
to Las Vegas.
Hell yeah.
Hey, let's do it. All right, I have 3 things. Number 1, I can't believe I was the highest rating with 1.
I mean, technically my score is a 5. Technically my score is a 5, but it's
I see.
it's actually a half stars.
It's not though.
Number 2,
Well, that was my whole talking point was it's a 5, but half star is a 5, but you don't want to give it a 5 because it doesn't deserve a 5, but it's a half star.
Right.
number 2, I want to say that with our scores set, the average for this movie is now a 0.375.
Perfect.
And point number 3 is that we have a new low. The previous low has been reigning supreme for a long time. Strike Forever After was the previous lowest rated movie.
That was the
Wow.
what was that the 10th movie we watched?
The 7th, and yeah, it had a 1.125 average.
I mean, to be fair, that was pretty bad.
Yeah.
There's
There
so
was
many people.
no enjoyment with that. If I had to go back
Yeah.
and rate that again, I'd rate it lower.
Well, yeah, I mean
We've learned.
that
We've learned.
was I think I gave it a 1.5, and I kind of stand by it. But Yeah, that was a rough one to get through. Like for an animated movie that was genuinely like a quick watch, it like felt like it took forever. And it was like a character that I love with Shrek, and it was just like it mishandled the character and mangled him so bad. I think we've already had another discussion about this movie, but yeah, I can't stand behind the people who think that this movie is good. There's people who think this is the best Shrek movie, and there are people who I respect, and I go, damn, I really, really don't agree with this point. But c'est la vie, you know. We all are our own people. We are the world. No, okay. Anyway, what was your fourth thing, Callus?
Oh, that was it. I was just three.
Oh
things.
yeah, you wanted to do your small recommendation, which is the next part
no.
of the show. So Callus,
thought you
please
forgot.
take it away.
Oh,
Spanish
small
review?
recommendation. Okay. That's what I was thought. That's what I thought you was bringing up, but no.
Wow, you know, now that you brought it up, I guess I got to find a Spanish
no,
review
no.
for you.
Oh, let's go.
I completely forgot about it until I thought that you were bringing it up.
This is Spanish review.
Small recommendation times.
Man,
That's what we're doing.
I was giving you
small
an out
recommendation.
there. That's crazy that you brought that up, huh? Let me just
I
make sure.
recommend-
Let me just make sure that this is a Spanish review before I, send it over to you, because we
Great.
don't want oh, this is Italian. Oh shit. Okay. Callus, tell us. Callus, go ahead and tell us what your small recommendation is while I look for Spanish review.
Sure. Go and watch Project Hail Mary in theaters. Great
Oh,
watch.
yes.
And
Agreed.
watch it in IMAX if you can. I'm going to leave it nice and short. And that's it.
Yeah, I
Do it,
actually
do it,
watched
do
that the day after it came out, which is not something I normally do.
Mm-hmm.
But my theater was relatively empty at the time, and it was fun.
Nice.
It had some really great visuals. Callus, you watched it in IMAX. What'd you think of that
Yes.
one scene where they were looking at the planet and then it like changed suddenly to like the
Oh, man.
speckles kind of looking thing? Like that was incredible.
That was insane. Yeah, I loved that. That was like very visually stunning. So yeah, that was the great, especially in IMAX.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Also, like it was awesome. Also because I have never done that before, where like I just went into a movie completely blind. I have never seen a trailer or read about what the movie's about at all.
Either
So
did I.
just 100% blind.
Yeah, same. I mean, I knew a few little things. Like I knew there was a little rock alien who's adorable.
Well, let's not
Oh,
spoil
spoiler!
it. Yeah.
That's
This is a pretty
whoa.
fresh one.
That's in the commercials.
It's not in the commercials. I can tell you that.
I've seen it in commercial. That's how I knew about it. It was commercials.
I don't think it was
Oh,
in commercials.
The trailer spoiled that. That's crazy.
It wasn't even the trailer. It was like I said. It was like an Amazon
Jeez,
like
that's bad.
fucking yeah.
Well, the less we say, the better in that aspect.
For sure,
like,
for
'cause
sure.
I
I
did
agree.
not know that it was in the movie. So, and I watched the trailer. So,
Yeah, like I said, and then just that it was the guy who wrote The Martian. Those were the two things I knew. So,
all right, let's take a break. Callus, it's time for your Spanish review.
Callus
you.
Spanish review.
Thank you guys.
I had to scroll for quite some time, so I don't know why the Spanish people don't like this movie to review this movie.
Of course
Yeah,
not.
congrats on actually finding a Spanish one, and thank you for making it so short. So this reviewer says, "Si pudiera dar 0 estrellas, lo haría." Nice and simple. Basically, they say, "If I could give it 0 stars, I would."
Yeah.
And we did, just for you.
This
We
comes from
did.
Sammy, Sami. They
Sammy,
also put a crying face emoji at the end. So.
Oh,
we did it for you, Sammy. We did it for you.
All right. Anyone else? Small recommendations?
Project Hail Mary probably wouldn't mind.
Sounds good. So if you actually want I have two movie recommendations here. Two of them I watched this past week. One of them is actually a funny movie that's not bad. just to kind of clear my conscience here, I'll recommend a good, funny movie. And it's called Hundreds of Beavers from 2022.
Oh yeah, I love them.
They added
Yeah.
it to Amazon Prime recently, and I was finally able to find the time to watch it, and it was incredible and hilarious. Really enjoyed it. Very goofy, kind of Looney Tunes esque.
Yeah.
Just a very funny movie that it just all the way through had me laughing. So that was a very fun one. And then my more serious recommendation, if you don't want to watch a silly movie, one that I recently watched with Brendan Fraser is called Rental Family. This one came out last year, and this is another one that they added to, I think they added to Hulu, so I was able to watch it on there.
Yeah. Is
And
it good?
Oh, it was genuinely like his best performance, in my opinion.
Have you seen The Whale?
I have, which
Oh
is
my
why
God.
this statement rings true.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because I love The Whale, and I think he definitely deserved the Oscar for his performance in that. But yeah, this
Yes.
one, like, he just it's kind of a, I don't know. I just feel like he just had a better performance here, and I think the story itself also lends a lot to the performance of him. Essentially renting himself out to help people in their lives, and then getting intertwined with everyone. And yeah, it's a movie you gotta watch. It's a bit of a tearjerker here and there, but it's also genuinely a very good movie, and I really enjoyed my time with it. So, Rental
Nice.
Family,
Nice.
and
Yeah, no.
I am so glad to be seeing Brendan Fraser back in these movies. It's like once
For
he was
sure.
in The Whale. Before that, he was just really in nothing, and it's just so nice to see him back and in full form, and just doing these great performances from The Whale to this movie. I think he was also in that Killers of the Flower Moon movie. I don't remember his character in that one, but I remember enjoying that. So must not have been bad, but yeah. And he's also going to be in the Mummy. The new Mummy. I don't know what it's going to be called, but apparently there's a new Mummy coming out. I'm sure it's
Yeah,
going to
they're
be
working on it.
great.
But not the horror one that's upcoming also.
No, not the one with the dark universe or whatever it's called.
Yeah. No, it's a sequel. It's the
Sequel to the sequel to the sequel to the sequel.
Now, I think they're erasing number 3, so it's the sequel to The Mummy Returns.
Okay.
Mm.
Well, that makes sense because the third movie, I don't think anyone watched that. And if
Well,
they
I know
did,
it didn't have Rachel Weisz in it,
well, yeah.
or what is that her name?
Yes.
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 Yeah, she wasn't in it, so it wasn't. No one cared.
Her character was in it. They replaced the actress.
Oh yeah.
Which is
But apparently it was kind of dumb and stupid, and like,
was.
it doesn't count. It doesn't count.
No. All right. Anyone else?
My small recommendation is to get out and spend some time with people you love, whether that's family or if it's friends or what have you, because I got to see my family last week for the first time in a few months, and that was really nice. I miss them. That's it.
All right.
It's good.
Okay, Callus, you've had an entire podcast to choose your next movie. Did you end up picking one?
yes.
Okay.
So, I'm sorry, Tay. You have
No,
to
it's
wait
fine.
another 2 weeks.
That means I don't have to pull up all the information for my pick.
All right. So as usual, I picked 2 movies and let you guys choose. Actually, remember a few months ago, one of the choices was a drama movie starring a comedic actor.
Yes.
I'm bringing that back. So that's choice number 1.
Okay. If I remember, I think I guessed that one last time.
I think it
Or
is.
somebody did.
Well, you guessed the actor.
Okay.
And choice number 2 is a western.
I do like.
What was
I'm gonna go
choice
with the
number
Western
one
for me.
again?
Sorry, the first
What
choice.
Yeah.
A drama that's starring someone that usually does comedy, but he's doing drama in this one.
Oh.
Is the Western also a drama?
Yes, I would say it's pretty dramatic.
Is it old or
It's-
new?
It's 90s. I'm going to say mid 90s.
Okay.
And the drama is mid 2000s.
Is it okay? Okay, I'm gonna try and guess it.
You tried last time and you failed.
Well,
I
I'm
think
not.
you-
I'm not
I think
going
we
to this
guessed
time.
Spanglish.
It's Tombstone.
Oh, for the
Wow,
what?
you hit the nail in the head for the Western.
Boom, baby.
Wow.
Because I love Tombstone, which is why I'm picking
Yeah.
Western. Because I'd love to rewatch this.
Yeah, I need
Ooh.
to see it. I've never
What's
actually seen
the-
Tombstone.
What's the drama?
I can't reveal that unless you guess it.
Ah.
But fine. I will say that since you guys guessed it last time, the drama is starring Adam Sandler.
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, so it's Punch Drunk Love.
No, actually, no.
Oh.
Grown
Okay.
ups
Get
too.
first dates.
No, it is
Oh,
a very
I
serious
love
movie.
First
Uncut
Dates.
Gems.
Nope.
Hotel
not
Transylvania.
Nope. That's a drama.
You said it. We said it was 90s.
Yeah. No. The drama is
Mid-2000s.
mid 2000s.
Oh,
2007.
Oh, 2007.
To be
Wow,
specific.
you got it down for me, huh? You see, I mean, we're kind of close with the two that we guessed.
Kinda,
Is
yeah.
it Click? Don't tell me it's Click.
No, that's not a drama.
So that would not be a drama. You said
Yeah, that would
it's
be
not the longest
trash.
yard.
Nope.
2007. Don't mess with the Zohan.
No, it is a movie that not many people watched.
See
It
that
is, like kind of flew under the radar.
man? He has like a
But
movie
it's-
every
it's
year, and
pretty
like
good.
2007 is
Is
like
it-
buried in here somewhere.
Is it Rain Over Me?
Yes.
Never even heard of it.
Oh yeah, here it is. I've never heard of it either.
Oh, it
So-
sounds sad.
It does have some. Well, don't read the description. It does have
Oh,
some
sorry.
tear jerky moments.
My bad. I have no idea what this sounds like. Sounds dramatic. That's what I'll say.
I mean, it does have Don Cheadle. So. But I'm still picking with Tombstone Western.
Well, I guess I'm outvoted regardless, so
Sorry, Ray.
whatever.
I think you'll
Sexist.
like
Bring it back,
Tombstone
don't
if
worry.
that makes it any better.
Yeah, it's shorter than The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Well, that's not hard to beat.
It's got Val Kilmer in it. You can't go wrong, and he's doing a legendary
Kurt Russell.
performance.
Oh, I like Kurt Russell.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I think
All right.
Kurt is like the main character in this too. So
Okay, so we're watching Tombstone, released in 1993, directed by George P. Cosmatos. Comatose? Starring Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer, Sam Elliott, Bill Paxton, Michael Bain, Powers Booth, and many others.
I feel like it's
And
going to be
Louis-
Cosmatos because he's Italian.
Oh, maybe. Also, it's a spaghetti western. So the movie is...
Spaghetti Western.
Yeah, because it's Italian. A successful lawman's plans to retire anonymously in Tombstone, Arizona, are disrupted by the kind of outlaws he was famous for eliminating.
Boom, bada bing.
And yeah, I'm very excited.
Wow.
Oh, you can watch this, I believe, streaming on Amazon.
No, it says
I think
AMC.
so.
Amazon,
Oh, yeah, maybe
Apple,
it is.
Apple TV, YouTube,
You're gonna have to rent it everywhere.
Yep.
If not on Amazon.
AMC Plus.
Or you could do a 7-day free trial with AMC Plus.
Ooh, yeah.
Wah, wah, wah.
Also, can we go back to War of the Worlds for just a second? I'd like to
No.
increase my rating from a 1 to like 4.5 because I discovered the director, Rich Lee, actually has done a couple of music videos, namely with Eminem. So he's an Eminem.
Oh
music
my
video
heck. But that is
director.
not, but that has nothing to do with the movie.
Doesn't matter. I love Eminem, so
It does matter.
he did music video for Houdini, for Venom. Come on, Revival.
I just want to read this bio for him. I don't know if he wrote this himself or someone wrote it for him. But it says, Richard T. Lee is an American music video and commercial director. He has directed what's considered to be one of the worst films possibly ever made called War of the Worlds. And that's it.
Yeah.
Period. End
He
of sentence. End of
directed
paragraph.
Rap God and the Monster. Come on.
That's amazing.
He's directing the Resident Evil Requiem music video, I guess.
Wow.
What? Oh, wow.
Evil always has a name. It's got to be like a music video.
I wonder who lost a bet.
Oh, it's a short film. It's a short film.
I see.
All right, so what does that make the score now, Callus?
If I were to raise my score,
We're not allowing you to raise it, but
it
what
will
is?
land to a 1.25, which I think is still the lowest ever.
That just
No,
means
no,
we have to
actually,
find
not really.
something even worse. What's a movie we'll all give zeros? I meant to talk about this before we did ratings, but comparing this to other so bad it's good movies like The Room and then also Birdemic, like I've watched those movies and I kind of had the same experience as maybe like Tay or Ray, where I just was not into it. Like I didn't find them funny. I think The Room is like that's widely considered like the prime example of a so bad it's good movie, but I just like the background and story behind that, the whole process of making that movie just kind of turns me off from it in general. So that's why I don't really consider it a so bad it's good movie. I just consider it a bad movie. And then Birdemic, like that's a funny bad movie, sure, but it's piss boring. Like there's I laugh at a couple moments and like the CG is like really bad, but that's a piss boring movie. That's a 1 out of 5 too. And then there's also Birdemic 2, which the guy like tried to make a bad movie and it was just like bad and not funny. So like that also didn't work out. But yeah, I feel like this one kind of in my mind stands apart from those ones that most people consider so bad that they're good. Like this one, I just feel like is the like this is the new medium or median for so bad it's good in my opinion. Like it's those other movies I feel like are just so bad that they're bad, right? But this one is so bad that it's just funny. And I'm sure there's a couple other examples I could pull up, but they're just not coming to my mind right now. But that's all I wanted to say about that. All right, well, if y'all don't want to be spoiled for Tombstone, make sure you watch that before the next episode. The next episode premieres? No, uploads. Next episode releases in 2 weeks. This is a bi-weekly podcast, of course. And if you want to follow the podcast, make sure you do that. Make sure you rate it out of 5 stars on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, or like the video on YouTube. I sometimes forget to do that stuff. Also, if you want to recommend movies for us, Tay's episode's coming up. And we need your recommendations. So make sure you go to the places I told you to. Very easy to get your movie recommended. Maybe not so easy to get the movies chosen, as people have found out who have been kind of waiting around. But we'll get to all of them eventually down the road. Don't you worry. All right, folks. Is there anything else y'all want to say before we end the show?
Don't forget to clean your ass.
Drink your water.
Both good. Both good.
All right.
I concur.
Well, I am Yemmy, and I've been here with
Callus.
Taymation.
Rave positivity.
And this has been another episode of Film Freaks with a Z. That was easy.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh no!
Touchdown!